miss, as a president, I miss only, I'm rethinking, I miss only one conference that I couldn't take part because I was pregnant. And the doctor, she said that I couldn't fly, and so on. So at the last moment, I had to cancel the flight. I already had booked it, so my partner, he just took me away the passport. He threw it, I don't know, he was just putting it somewhere. And so he decided that I couldn't fly to China. And so I sent a video giving this news that I was pregnant, and I've been told that everybody was crying. That has been a very... I brought immediately Cumulus inside the School of Design of Politecnico and vice versa. And so it came like something very coherent to really push continuously on international projects and relations on very different levels and ways. So from very tiny experiences thanks to small groups of school to very broad one taking part to great competitions and so on. So I think that this attention is something that is really part of my Cumulus experience. The second is the capability to look to ourselves from a different perspective. So thanks to the fact that I have traveled a lot, I've seen so many different schools, universities, and realities. I like the idea to be able to look to Milan, to Italy, to the made Italian design, to our school, also through the lens of other cultures, other perspectives. And I think that this is very important. Otherwise, we are all feeling that our schools, our students are in the center of the world, and everybody is outside its center. So to keep always in mind that the world is a sphere, it's important, and that we are really only a very small part of a much greater environment. I think that this it's always a good lesson that I keep in mind. I was trying to offer a welcoming atmosphere, even for those that were not already familiar with our family. So how to give a family feeling, but through transparency, through clear information, through clear access to the possibilities that Cumulus offers. So before it was more words of mouth. So informally, everybody knew about how we could host a conference, how we could publish the proceedings, how to. But when the community is growing, it's difficult, and then some sort of misunderstanding were starting already. So say, but I thought that I could, why they are getting the possibility to host a conference and not us, and so on. So it was time a little bit. I didn't want to enter with a very rigid structure, because I think that the DNA of Cumulus, it's an association that is very agile, very flexible, and very, very small, also from a structural point of view. Few persons that are managing the association. But it was important really to give access to possibilities and information to all the members, also the newcomers, and let them feel already since the beginning part of the family. And so this has been, from my point of view, this is the main priority. And this can be translated in some activities that are also a little bit boring. So for example, I had to redesign the status after so many years. So it took a lot of time, but the status was no more in tune with the actual organization of Cumulus. The responsibilities were not so clear, the processes, the roles of the different persons. So we did all this very precise insert and changes in order to be clearer, in order to understand everybody, the role, the responsibilities, the tasks, the expectations, and so on. And for example, we started to organize a set of calls to host the future Cumulus conference, a call to make a proposal for a Cumulus publication, a call for giving birth to a new working group, for example. All this kind that I can understand that calls are not so sexy, a little bit because it takes time. But it was a way to say, hey, now it's time to reorganize the working groups. Who would like to give birth to a new working group? To everybody, in a very democratic way, transparent way. So what does it mean 30 years for an association? For me, 30 years, it's to becoming a mature association. I like it. A mature, stable association that has really to be stronger than the single persons that are part of it. So it has to really survive to everything.